I'm Chris Frank with WSMOnline.com and MusicCityRoots.com, and we're here with Will Hoge, who just came off the stage a little bit ago here at Music City Roots and live at the Loveless Barn. Guys, if you weren't listening to WSM Radio or listening on live tonight, I tell you what, you missed out.
You missed out.
You missed out on a show. And I'm not talking about just a show, I'm talking about a show that will go down in history for Music City Roots as an amazing night. Will, I tell you what, man, you just absolutely electrified the stage at the end of the night. By the time the set was done, there was a packed house standing on their feet clapping. I tell you what, they probably would have stayed for at least 10 more songs tonight. It was amazing. So, Music City Roots, from up here behind the spotlight, what did it mean to you, man?
Well, you know, I made a joke on stage that I hope came across not as rude, that this was kind of a junior Grand Ole Opry. And I mean that as, you know, that's a form of presentation of music that's meant so much to me over the years, being from Nashville. And this really is what that felt like. It felt like a gathering of people that just want to hear songs presented in kind of a special environment. I think the Loveless and this whole scenario just sets it up perfectly for a fan. I mean, it's my first opportunity to get to come to see one of these shows as a performer even, but I look forward to getting to come back and see more. I think it's a perfect place for interaction between the people on stage and the people in front of the stage.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if I was correct, that was a part of your family that was down there right in the front row in the old pews that were down in the front here tonight?
That was my little boy sleeping through the whole show. Yeah, it was great.
As far as I could tell, he wasn't sleeping. He had just as much energy as Daddy had up on the stage down there on the floor.
Yeah, he's excited about it.
So you're not gonna try and steal one of these bad boys, right? Take it home and put it in his room.
I can't make any promises about that.
WSM Radio, what does that mean to you?
Well, really the same thing that I just said. That, you know, with the history with Grand Ole Opry and so many artists that I grew up admiring being on that station, but also other ones that never were on it that were influenced by it. Because for so many years, east of the Mississippi, that was, you know, before the internet and anything else, that's really what you had. That was all of your entertainment. Our bass player, his parents are in Middle Georgia, and they were listening on the radio tonight. I mean, it's really one of those things that, as a musician and as a music fan, there's not a more distinguished set of call letters out there, not a more historic set of call letters out there. And you know, when we found out that they'd been playing some stuff from this new record, and then we were going to get to do these shows, it really is one of those things that's real humbling to have that involved with us in any way, shape, or form.
Now, if I'm correct, you make your home here in Music City, right?
Mm-hmm. I was actually born and raised here.
Born and raised here, and you know, born and raised doesn't always mean stayed, but you have stayed.
I've stayed.
You know, so Music City in general, the city of Nashville. Kind of tell me, you know, it's obviously got a soft spot in your heart. Tell me kind of, you know, what that means to you.
Well, there's lots of things. I mean, in non-musical, non-artistic things, it's still just a wonderful mix of small town and big city. You know, it's a safe place to raise a family. It's an easy place to live. It's an easy place to get around. So those things obviously bode well for it. But musically, it's just the best. You know, it's the best music town in the world. I mean, truly, to make records and to try to be an artist, to try to create, you know, folks to write with, folks to record with, places to record. It's hands down, heads and shoulders above anywhere else. You know, from a touring perspective, it's so centrally located. You can tour easily, come back home still within 4 days, and see a big portion of the country doing that. So, yeah, even when I had options that I thought it would be make more sense to go to LA or New York to try to do a rock and roll thing, it just never made as much sense as staying here, and for all of those reasons.
You got quite a story of things that have just kind of happened to you in your life over the time, and you know, I have to say that, you know, reading that story and then coming here tonight and just watching the energy that you brought to the stage, you know, to me it really spoke, just like you were saying about this stage and being kind of the junior varsity of the Opry and kind of being, you know, the roots and the soul of the music. you know, you really brought all of that, and I really felt like you brought a little piece of yourself and some of the experiences you've had and some of the things that you've seen just to every song that was there, and it was a really amazing show to watch. And a lot of times you see artists and it just stops at the front of the stage, and it flowed all the way to the back of the room, and probably even the people who were standing in the hallway. It was really cool, man, to see all that kind of flow together. Now, for people who weren't able to tune in tonight to check it out, where can they go to get your stuff?
Any of your website stuffs, willhoge.com or MySpace or Facebook, iTunes, I suppose WSM online now as well. So yeah, please check it out if you get a chance.
And that's Hoge, H-O-G-U?
H-O-G.
H-O-G. H-O-G. See, I was going to add a whole bunch of extra letters
Make it simple.
and confuse the whole Google search engine and everything. Add some new keywords to your SEO,
right. Anything with a U, get rid of that.
Anything with a U out the window.
Yeah.
That's willhoge.com. Music City Roots, WSM Online. Will, thank you again for being here. Hopefully this is the first time of many to come.
I hope so. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.